Hello Aries, welcome to your July 2019 Psychic Horoscope General Reading. Aries, this is going to be a powerful month. We have the eclipses lining up here in Cancer and in Capricorn. And so in this reading, I'm specifically going to speak to those eclipses and how they're affecting us as a whole, as a society, because I think that's an important subject to look at and how it is affecting all of us as a whole. So we're going to look at that. Of course, we're going to look at your personal messages, what's coming up in the tarot. But first, a couple of quick announcements. Really cool stuff, Aries. First, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe here to my YouTube channel. Stay in the loop. Support me, if you will. And so I've added a new product to my Etsy shop. So besides, just having the video and written psychic readings available, I've started something really cute. The psychic message in a bottle. So you just flip the switch on the cork and it's like a little lamp, little decoration. But what you get is this rolled up extra thick piece of painter's paper in the bottle that has a handwritten psychic message on it for you. And then on the bottle, you get your zodiac signs charm here. There's a Leo one on here right now. And then you also get a clear quartz crystal pendant. And you can turn this into a necklace, into a bracelet, and then just use the lovely bottle as decoration after. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are interested, that will be available in my Etsy shop now. Woohoo! Excited about it. And pay attention to my Facebook and Instagram, Aries, because I'm going to be doing another free giveaway. So it relates to this new psychic message in a bottle product. So to get to enter in to get the free giveaway, the free gift, just follow me in those places. And I'll probably post some sort of update here on YouTube in the community tab as well. So, I think that's pretty much it, Aries. Let's go ahead and get into the message. So for July 2nd is the new moon and solar eclipse in Cancer. So, what came out with that was the owl. And I already drew these ahead of time and meditated on them. Bleh. And so specifically, what has come up with the owl here for us as a society is we're being led to detach from those areas, from those things that are blocking us from having an actual in-depth connection with other human beings. And specifically, social media came up. As beautiful and awesome as social media is, what has come up with the owl is the fact that we've become too dependent, too attached to communicating with each other behind a screen. And it has gotten in the way for a lot of us. It has gotten in the way of forming the emotional bond that we really need, that we need to nurture our souls. And so we're being asked to detach from that at this new moon and solar eclipse. Because Cancer energy wants to nurture you with intimate, loving relationships. So that's coming up big time. Also, specific phrase I wrote down with this too is we're being given and being somehow shook and awakened with the wisdom of turning a disadvantage into an advantage. So not complaining as much about the things we don't like happening in our world, in our society, how, we're being treated or disrespected. Complaining less and coming up with solutions more. That's how you get to the advantage side of things. Some more solutions. Also, last thing that came up with the owl here is we're going to see a lot more people turning to esoteric spirituality, laws, occultism, paganistic spiritual beliefs, people looking to astrology, tarot, all those things for more knowledge and wisdom. And that's coming up big. We already see this with the turning of the ages, but the owl and the solar eclipse in Cancer, man, it is bringing it up big. We're going to see just another big turn and shift. A lot of people moving out of old spiritual habits, patterns, traditions. So that's interesting. Now, on the full moon and lunar eclipse in Capricorn, on the 16th, we have cow that showed up. And so what's specifically coming up with cow is how we're physically taking care of and nurturing our bodies. And also our earth. The cow represents the goddess of the earth. And so we might see a lot of stories, even investigations that are coming out around this full moon that have to do with how our livestock are being treated, how we're taking care and feeding our livestock, how that animal's energy is being cared for. And it does matter, because once that animal is gone and we consume that animal to feed ourselves, we're consuming the energy that the animal carried with it in its lifetime. And so if there's a lot of negative things, it being fed poorly, it being abused, animal abuse is coming up with this, then we can feel that within our bodies. And so there's definitely a big highlight on how, treating our livestock better in multiple ways. And we've even seen a recent story, come out in the media with, I believe it was dairy oak farms, where there was animal abuse and stuff that came out there, and the animals being poorly treated, and, just brutal stuff. So taking care, showing gratitude towards, that life that is eventually going to help sustain our life. It's only the respectful thing to do. So I feel very strongly, there was a strong message about that came up, but also just how we're taking care of our crops, extra pesticides or chemicals that are harmful that we're using, and it being full moon energy here. I do feel as if we're going to get more innovative solutions to coping, to taking care, better care, more efficient care of our crops as well. So, it's not all oom and gloom, but there is a lot of tough energy. There is. And on a personal level, this energy really is asking us to examine how we are contributing to making this change in our earth, to heal our earth. How are you giving? Are you raising awareness? Are you being a little bit more active, maybe? Like not using as much plastic products and stuff like that. How are you contributing? And that energy is really, it takes a village to make a change, especially a collective change, in our world. So your voice does matter. And you're going to be asked to do something, or at least be a part of the picture in some way. So, really big, powerful stuff happening with these eclipses, as you can see, Aries. But let's go ahead and move into your personal psychic message. I am using Ta-da! The Druid Craft Tarot deck. And as you can see too, Aries, I've gotten a new background here. Resonates more with me. The white lions are, in particular, really sacred to me. And I was really enlightened about the white lions when I read this book called The Mystery of the White Lions. So maybe check that out. Feel free to take a couple deep breaths here, Aries. Clear your mind. All right. So, as I'm waiting here to stop the shuffle, I do want to point out this, especially for you rising Aries, the energy and sun is really hitting the place in your chart, your fourth house. And so this is affecting that part of your life, the things you keep private. And it has to do with like home, family, and emotional well-being and emotional security. So, and this is actually typically known in astrology as the Cancer ruled house. So this could just be, especially around that new moon, it could be really intense energy for you. You know, not gonna lie, Aries. It could be quite emotional. A lot of different feelings around this time. And it's just, you know, it can also, it speaks of subjects that you keep private and hidden away from your typical circle from the world. And just, you know, how you're nurturing your private space, emotional well-being, and it does relate even to a relationship to parents. So, interested to see what comes up in the tarot here. Okay, I feel like I've done shuffling. I'm going to cut the deck though. I feel like it wants to be cut kind of right here in the middle. So here we go. Wow. Yeah, didn't I mention the first week is a little bit intense? The first two cards, can't wait to show you these. All right, Aries. Let's navigate through this month here together. Yeah, so we do have Mars. I want to point out before we go over these first two cards, we have Mars moving into Leo. So your sister, brother, fire sign. It's moving into Leo on the 1st of July. So that, in a lot of ways, is going to give you is going to help with your physical activity and momentum. Help keep your energy inspired. But now this first week, especially with this new moon, solar eclipse, and Cancer happening, we have the Knight of Swords and the Hermit card here. So, you know, this is pretty asking you in the first week, you're really being asked by your spirit guides to look at things deeply. Look at relationships, look at circumstances, look at your job, look at your purpose right now deeply. There's definitely some fears, some worries, some inner turmoil and struggle that a lot of you Aries are being asked to deal with are being asked to speak to in this first week of July. You're being asked to tend to any of these, any of these old wounds that have been left to fester, or something even recent that has been built up that you just haven't maybe set aside time to really address. Whatever tension, whatever struggle is there. You're being asked to release it at this new moon. And, the way you release that is you address it. You make yourself aware of it. You speak to it. And then you make a conscious decision here. The Hermit, make a conscious decision to forgive is what I'm actually hearing for you, Aries people. Yeah. There's a sense of forgiving. And for most of you, this is ringing as forgiving yourself. Where you haven't perhaps listened to your intuition. Where you haven't really taken the wisdom that you've received in the past. Just forgiving yourself for that. If any of you are dealing with a Virgo, or Virgo energy pops up in the first week, they're wanting to work things out, make amends, even if it's painful. But yeah, this first week is definitely more of that emotional, even moody kind of week where you're just, you're gonna be feeling it a little bit. You're gonna be feeling it a little bit, Aries, not gonna lie, but it's that time for you to reflect. Reflect and discard any thoughts, any fears, and hauntings that have just been eating away at you. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get one more card. Clarity with these two before we move on. I feel like we could use just a little bit more. Okay, I feel like it is this one. Here we go. Rebirth. Wow. So rebirth here is basically the the Judgment card in the normal tarot deck. So you're being asked to really transform, step into a new pair of shoes here in the first week. Where you have been dissatisfied is really showing up. You're being asked to be proactive and allow yourself to be reborn, as uncomfortable as it is. Allow yourself to just emotionally, there's some emotional change that is happening big time in the first week. Yeah. Stepping into, some of you might even be stepping into a new role, I'm hearing. And just getting better acquainted with your inner voice and with spirit. Getting better acquainted even with your ancestors, ancestral roots, spirit guides, who may be your ancestors as well. Those who are looking out for you, who have passed on. Woo, that's like really deep. That's like really deep. But this first week is just, I feel like it's really important. I know we're talking a lot about this first week, but yeah, some really deep stuff coming up. So yeah, just pay attention to all that. But let's move on to the second week of July. Aries, we have the Queen of Wands and Nine of Cups. So my goodness. In the second week, things lighten up quite nicely. You know, you're just starting to feel that Mars and Leo energy. Okay, you're moving past that initial sort of cleansing and shocking of that Cancer new moon and solar eclipse. Okay, beautiful. So Queen of Wands, it's like once you get past that first week and the homework there, you know, going back home, revisiting roots, getting more in touch with your soul, that inner voice, all that jazz, you're going to be feeling psychically and spiritually aligned and in control again with the Queen of Wands. She's got her cat underneath her here. Yeah, it's like you just got to do some spiritual work and you're going to feel a lot more go-getting and feel, I'm hearing, feel a lot more like yourself in the second week here. This boost of energy. You're going to feel a lot more emotionally connected and satisfied in that second week. And I'm even hearing in the second week here for you, Aries, that it might be a good time to share a little bit more with your family, with people. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and get clarity with this too, Aries. Don't know what it is, but there's your reading demands a little bit extra clarity. No shame in that. All right, let's see what shows up here. Okay. Okay, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands clarifying. So, it's almost like it's going to be empowering. And it's going to give you like this emotional peace as well to approach people and situations head on. Don't be passive here in the second week. No, approach them head on. State your case. State how you truly feel. You're gonna be surprised at how people receive you. You're gonna be respected when you do that, Aries. Yeah. Gonna leave it right there. feel like that's the second week right there. Okay, that's where that stops. So moving into the third week of July, 6 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. Could be a relationship coming back from the past for a lot of you. It could be an earth sign. We see here kind of this resurgence, reblossoming of a connection. And whatever reconnection is happening in the third week here, it's helping ground you. And I'm even hearing not just helping ground you, but helping you see your resources in a more abundant light. You somehow discover or are somehow inspired within your resources, how to seek out better, more resources. Yeah. Also, I'm hearing the message here of take the time to reconnect with your inner child, reconnect with your childhood in some way, which, we kind of touched on, which, Cancer season, that's just a big theme for you, Aries, is getting back to those family roots in some ways. Reconnecting with some childhood friends, perhaps, that you haven't seen in a while. That looks really positive in the third week here. And it's like there's an independence with this person, or rather being infused in you with this energy, Aries. Showing you even how to become a little bit more independent in your finances. Something about financial independence here. Interesting. So then moving on into the fourth week, Aries, you have the 10 of Pentacles and 5 of Swords. Okay. Could be in the fourth week some family squabbles, some arguments, fights in the home. Just some disagreements going on with your partner, with a relationship here. And I'm getting that it could revolve around money. It's like I'm getting the feeling for a lot of you, Aries, that the other person or family member wants to be more inclusive and included in whatever pursuit is going on here, and whatever abundance, financial opportunity is showing up here. And you're wanting to take a different, even more independent approach. And so there's just kind of a difference of opinion showing up in the fourth week. And so you may find yourself having to create some distance or completely go your separate ways in the fourth week. And before I speak much more to this, I'm going to go ahead and get clarity with this as well. feel like it's close to the bottom here. There we go. 8 of Wands. Okay, so yeah. Whatever it is, you are feeling really passionate about it in the 4th week here. A lot of passion to go around. Seems like neither person is really wanting to back down in the 4th week. Intentions are going to be clear, and I'm hearing that you're going to be asked to move fast, quickly in the 4th week. Yeah. Whether that means communicate your intentions really quickly or seize an opportunity. Or moving on from an opportunity. There's a quick turnaround happening for a lot of you Aries in the 4th week. So just know that. The sun does move into Leo on the 22nd. Mercury will go direct again on the 31st, Aries. And so I do believe things will get a little smoother for you around that time. Yeah. But I want to go ahead and end this reading with one more card just to wrap it all together here. All right, so we have the Star. Wow, so this is going to be affecting next month a beautiful part of your chart. Leo season is going to infuse you in a lot of ways with positive energy. Star showing up here. Now, some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius, especially towards Leo season at the end of July. So, watch out for that energy. But more specifically, with the Star showing up here, this is healing. To me, this is speaking strongly of a lot of healing energy coming to you. And I'm hearing the words, you're wanting, Aries, a lot of you want to be sure that you are balancing out your physical needs with the emotional, spiritual. There's a sense of needing to bring a little bit more balance there and not just focus on one over the other. That's a big thing here. And that's where it's going to create extra magic for you. You get into the season of Leo and a lot more magic and manifestation comes up for you, is available to you. Especially once you do all this work in Cancer season, Aries. A lot of the fire signs are going through, this month, a lot of more deep and transformational sort of things. So you're not alone. But anyway, Aries, this is where the reading ends here. Now, if you do have a specific question and want to do a personal reading with me, then let me know. Hit me up. Information is down below in the descriptions box. Of course, you can also do the psychic message in a bottle now, not just video and written. And, you get a little crystal and everything with it too. So you can get that in my Etsy shop, link below. And don't forget about the free giveaway. Stay in the loop with the free giveaway on my Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube here. And Aries, Let me know in the comments below how this message is ringing with you and speaking to you. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my lovely fire signs.